You used to talk more. You used to laugh, reply messages faster. You used to have the energy. But now, you see messages and ignore them. People talk to you, and you just nod. Even when you want to talk, you just don't feel like it. And the worst part? You don't even know why. It's not like you hate people. It's not like something big happened. But somehow, you've just become quiet. If this feels like you, then this video might explain more about you than you expect. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just a quiet person. But that's not always true, because being naturally quiet and becoming silent over time are two completely different things. You didn't just wake up one day and decide, let me stop talking. No, something changed. And most times, it's not obvious. It builds slowly. You start replying less. You start avoiding conversations. You start enjoying your own space more than people. Until one day, silence becomes your comfort zone. One of the biggest reasons for this is mental exhaustion, not physical tiredness, not the kind sleep can fix. I'm talking about the kind of tiredness that comes from overthinking everything, constantly processing emotions, trying to understand people, trying to act normal all the time. Your brain doesn't rest. Even when you're doing nothing, your mind is running. So when it's time to talk, you just don't have the energy, because talking requires attention, emotion, effort, and your brain is already drained. So instead, it chooses silence, not because you want to be distant, but because you're tired. Another reason people become quiet is this: you're tired of explaining yourself. At some point, you realize people don't always understand you. You try to explain how you feel, and they dismiss it. You try to express yourself, and it gets misunderstood. So what do? You stop trying, because explaining yourself over and over again is exhausting. So instead of talking, you just keep things to yourself. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you feel like, what's the point? At some point, you become more aware of your energy. You notice that some conversations drain you, some people stress you, some interactions feel forced. So your brain adapts. It starts protecting you. By doing what? Reducing interaction, avoiding unnecessary conversations, staying quiet in group settings, keeping responses short. It's not rudeness. It's self-protection. You're no longer trying to be everywhere, talk to everyone, or please people. You're just trying to protect your peace. Here's something most people don't realize. Sometimes, you're not quiet because you have nothing to say. You're quiet because you're thinking too much about what to say. Before you speak, your mind is like, what if this sounds stupid? What if they misunderstand me? What if I say the wrong thing? So instead of risking it, you stay silent, because silence feels safer than saying the wrong thing. And over time, that habit grows, until speaking starts to feel unnatural. Another truth? You're not the same person you used to be, and that's okay. Sometimes, growth looks like outgrowing certain conversations, losing interest in things you used to enjoy, wanting deeper connections, not surface-level talk. So when people are talking about things that no longer interest you, you naturally withdraw, not because you're boring, but because you've changed. Now listen carefully. Being quiet is not a problem. Silence is not weakness. In fact, silence can mean you're more self-aware. You think deeper. You observe more than you speak. But it becomes a problem when you feel disconnected from everyone. You feel lonely but don't know how to reconnect. You start losing your voice completely. That's when you need to pay attention. You don't need to force yourself to become loud again. That's not the goal. Instead, start small. Speak when you actually have something to say. Don't overthink every word. Allow yourself to be misunderstood sometimes. And most importantly, don't isolate yourself completely. Because even if silence feels comfortable, humans still need connection. If this video felt like it was describing you, then you're not alone. A lot of people are going through this silently. And on this channel, we talk about the things people don't usually say out loud, the thoughts you keep to yourself, the behaviors you don't fully understand, the feelings you can't explain. So if you want more videos like this, take 1 second to subscribe, because the next video might explain something about you didn't even realize yet.